right, hey guys, over here I want to show you on the installation of the Christmas lights on an easy way to do it and a fancy way to do it when you have a short fence. Right here on this short fence, you can see that where we have the interior post on it, we went ahead and when we wrapped the garland with Christmas lights, if you come closer, I'll show you that you can buy these at Home Depot or Lowe's, but this garland has Christmas lights already on the inside of it. So we wrapped the interior post over here and we used a red ribbon, which makes it really look nice. Now on the rails over here, you can see that intermittently we wrapped the garland in between the rails, in between our vertical posts or slats over here, and these also again have the lights in them. Now the face of this fence, you'll notice that we have strands of our icicle lights on the very face. So it makes for an excellent combination on this. These are LED lights. On this particular one, I believe you can actually run 30 links of these LED Christmas lights, 30 strands in unison. So excellent product. So we recommend the LED lights. If you look over here, we did the same thing over here. Now on the top, we have our icicle lights up there. Let's go up to the top, but from here you can look at this. It will go to the top. Some of these, we had 70-mile-per-hour winds this past weekend, and you can see some of the strands of the Christmas lights blew up. Good news is we didn't lose any strands because we have plenty of clips. So let's go look at the clips up here. Now, when installing the Christmas lights on this particular job, you can do it either on the roof or off of the ladder. We recommend that if it's a real low pitched roof, and if you're a roofer, then go ahead and do it from the roof. If you're a homeowner, be very safe. Have no recommendations other than being safe. Ladders work well. Just make sure your ladder is secure when installing the Christmas lights. Let's go look. All right, these are universal clips for Christmas lights that you can buy at Home Depot, Lowe's, at your garden centers. Now these are for multiple purposes. In this particular case, let's look at the gutter and on how to install it on the gutter. If you notice this part right here, it's rounded. This is the part that actually goes on the face of the gutter. So it just pops right here in place like that. Let me show you again. You're coming in from the back side. You want to install this from the back side or the front side. So if it's from the front side, you're just going to press it and it'll clip in place. Coming in from the back side, same way. You just wanted it to pop into place like that. Now this strand of the icicle lights, the way we install them is with a long strand. We want to just clip it in place like that. There you go. All right, on the Christmas lights coming in on the side, if you look here, we have two different styles, but let's go ahead and focus on this particular light unit. These are like the C7s or C9s of the Christmas light bulbs, but what we want to do is we want to clip these so they'll stand up vertically and they're standing up. So we're just going to pop them in place right here, and when we do that, we want it to stay in place. So after we get it in place, you can actually press down on that and it'll hold in place. Now this guy right here, it needs to clip underneath of the shingles and just slide into place like that. And I'm going to press this back down to lock it in place. There you go. Let's look over here on the ridge vent. Now we've installed the Christmas lights up here on the ridge vent at the top. A lot of times you'll have ridge shingles. If you had ridge shingles, then with just the ridge shingles, then all you would do is slide this in underneath like that, and then you're gonna set your lights in there also. And now in this particular case, the way we're installing it so it's seen from the front is we're gonna do the same thing. We're sliding it under the ridge shingles, but we're gonna go ahead and we want these C7 or C9 lights to sit vertically. So we just set it here in place. There you go. And it clips right underneath that ridge shingle. Now what you don't want to do is under the shingles, you don't want to break all the glue underneath of there. So have to be careful from that, because if you do and you break the adhesive on the tar strips, then what happens is the ridge shingles will start flapping in the wind and you'll start losing shingles. So make sure you only impact a small area. All right, we've installed a 7-foot Santa Claus up here. We have 4 guy line wires that secure Santa in place. Over here on the guy line wires, we also use some big roofing washers for flat roofs, and we used a roofing screw that has a rubber washer on it, also a gasket. What we ended up doing was using some baling wire, and we formed it to where it would go underneath of the screws here, and then we attached, after we put the baling wire in there, we attached a rope on this particular end. Reason why we did that is because we didn't want it to fray, and we didn't want it to break in the wind. So by doing this, it's not going to fray. So this works out well right here. They're not going to break, and to hold it tight. This Santa Claus withstood 70-mile-per-hour winds this weekend, so we know we put it up here right. The Santa over here, we built a platform for Santa Claus, and if you come in here, I'll show you what we did with the platform real quick. We have 2 2x8s at a 90-degree angle. We we screwed these into the decking right here. So we have a solid base, so we have to have a place where we have a solid anchor, so it's anchored solid right there. This is the only place we have it fastened to the roof, is over here and on the other side. Over here we built a platform for Santa to stand on that was adjustable, so we could get the right pitch for the roof, so Santa would be flat and horizontal up here. And so once we did that, then we secured Santa in place with a pitch of the roof with some screws up here. And this is built out of a pallet rack with a 3/4 inch sheet of OSB up there. This guy is solid up here. Solid, 70-mile-per-hour winds. So we can give you more details. You'll find that in another video on how to make a platform for your big Santa too.